thanks for coming to vibe with me. This is a general love reading for the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius, please remember to take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Not all of these messages can fit for every Aquarius out there, as this is a general reading. So Aquariuses, don't force any messages to fit. Just leave behind what's not resonating for you. Also, please remember, I am reading energy here. Energy is fluid, so it may or may not resonate more in a vice versa fashion. Take it how it resonates for your individual situations. Last but not least, Aquarius, if you're new here to my channel, I would love for you to join my community by subscribing to my channel. So if you have not yet done so, I'd be so grateful for that support. If you'd subscribe to the channel, help me build the community I'm trying to build here on YouTube. I'd be very grateful for all of your support in subscribing. So with that being said, let's jump into your love reading, Aquarius. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius. Aquarius. Happy birthday, Aquarius. Happy birthday to all the Aquariuses out there. We have just stepped into your season. So happy birthday to those of you who have had birthdays or are about to have birthdays or will soon. Let me know in the comments if it's your birthday. I'd love to know. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do that. And then I'll just know if anybody watches the Aquarius readings. So for any of you who are interested, Aquarius, I'm just going to do this randomly. I just thought of this and I'm doing it on the spot without any thought process put into this. If any of you are interested, comment below this video that you are interested. Let me know the day of your birthday if you are an Aquarius. And I will randomly select one Aquarius and reach out to you. I will respond to your comment, so watch for a reply to your comment that you leave on this video. And I'll do a free birthday card pull, a single card pull for your birthday. Okay, yeah, let's do that. I've never done that before for any sign, so you're the first, Aquarius. I have a lot of Aquarius individuals in my life. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius and their love life. Aquarius. Oh, right out there. Ooh, and a second one. Okay. Flip, did not flip. I take flippers and flyers for anyone who doesn't know. All right, Aquarius, let's see what your messages are here. I will tell you the signs associated with the cards that came out for you before we move into the tarot. First out, you had Gemini, which Gemini season is right around the corner, and it just happens to be rings, contracts, agreements, bonds, unions, soulmate, committed partner, engaged. So something could be happening coming up in Gemini season. It's associated with card number 2, so it could be on the 2nd of the month and or the 2nd week. Okay. Or it could just simply mean the two of you uniting as one. So at this time, if you have a yes or no question, at this time, the situation or outcome is undetermined, and it says uncertain. And this has to do with the number 7. Pisces. Aquarius, your own card. And then we have fixed signs, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and there you are again, Aquarius as a fixed sign. And then you have Capricorn. I'm feeling this strong stubbornness. An unwillingness to work with others, to see others' point of view, to listen to other people's perspective, advice. There's like this blockage or a barrier or obstacles or being paralyzed. And it's creating either a setback and or a detour. It's like you go one step forward, two steps back, one step forward, two steps back. Like you're getting nowhere fast. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like you could be shutting down emotionally and verbally communicating with people because maybe you're not feeling heard, or you're tired of repeating the same thing and no one's getting it, or no one's listening, or no one's changing their behavior, right? It's all talk. There we go. It's all talk, but there's no action. So you're not seeing change at this time. You're almost feeling like you're being punished or mocked or humiliated or abused in some way. I'm not saying physically. I'm saying like maybe emotionally or mentally, or like manipulated. Someone's manipulating you or trying to control a situation with their words. But I feel like you're catching on to this. Someone's being dishonest or dishonorable. I feel like you've been feeling stuck and bound, and you need to take a detour. You need to almost demand attention. And also, there could be children involved. Either someone's inner child needs some healing and attention, or like someone's deep inner needs, right, or inner wounds, or a child is being stubborn and demanding, or not taking the right path at this time, going nowhere fast, charming the other. Okay, let's jump into the reading here, Aquarius. Go into your tarot, I should say. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius and their love life. Aquarius. Lack of communication. Lack of communication, and I don't feel like it started off like this. I feel like there's now a pulling back in communication due to not being heard and or not seeing the action change, like, you know, the behavior or actions change. So it's like someone's feeling unheard or manipulated, or it's time to regroup, right? Because there's obstacles and there's challenges and there's setbacks, and there's an imbalance here. We have strength. Strength is represented by the sign of Leo, which we did have that as a fixed energy, that stubborn energy. But also, the strength is right now just having to have strength, having to be patient, trying to be moderate, trying to control maybe your temper, verbal altercations, conflict, disagreements, arguments. I feel like it's right now, it's a balance. It's, you know, that one step forward, two steps back, that It's just an energy, Aquarius, of focusing on unconditional love, respect for self, self-worth, knowing your boundaries, knowing what you'll put up with, but also trying to, I feel like, keep the peace, be a good role model. But I feel like your buttons are being pushed. Lines and boundaries are being crossed. And you're having the courage and the strength to maneuver around these challenges. I feel like there's a maturity here, right? Maybe you're not handling things as you would have in the past. Or, it's like a lot of self-control to not have these outbursts, or to try to, it's a lot of inner strength and this inner power, trying to be compassionate for everyone involved, trying to have this soft, but trying to be in control, but be soft about it, trying to take leadership, but in a balanced way here. It gives me this energy of like parenting, right? I had mentioned there could be children involved here. It could be you're dealing with your children, a stubborn child, someone who's not listening, someone who's shutting down, someone who's being persuasive, or all talk, no action. I feel like this is having to put your foot down, right? This is having to put your foot down. I'm not your friend, I'm your parent. That's just an example. Or I'm not your parent, I'm your partner. If it's not dealing with your child, it could be dealing with your partner, and you're not parenting them. So there could be a lot of finding fault in one another, or I just feel like there's having to be a lot of patience, moderation, balance, but it's within self to control the outside environment. You're controlling yourself to control the outside environment. You're trying to set a good example. You're trying to break barriers, break habits, break behavioral habits, generational behaviors and patterns. For example, sorry, I need to devote. For example, is what I meant, generational patterns. Your parents used to yell and scream and ground you and send you to your room, right? Well, you don't want to do that with your kids. So you sit down, you talk to them, you figure you're doing things differently. You're trying to do things a different way. Your way. But it's like, it's challenging because there's no handbook here, right? There's no handbook to parenting. There's no handbook to relationships. It's touch and go. It's trial and error. It's one step forward, two steps back. It's and there's no right or wrong way to do it. Every single family, every single relationship is different. It's what works for you and your family and your household and your relationship. Don't worry about Joe Blow next door, or Jim Bob down the road, or what your mom said, because what your mom said, what happened 50 years ago, 40 years ago in her marriage back then, everything is different. So sometimes it's having that strength and that patience to one step at a time, doing the best you can. Because you're trying to change things for long-term potential. The Emperor, there you are. You're taking charge. You're trying to take control. You're trying to bring structure to. This is a father figure, a boss, a masculine energy. The Emperor is all about taking control. having that, being a good father figure, planning, being strategic, taking leadership, having the respect in that leadership position, even though you're trying to do it with like this soft control or this different way, right? I feel like the Emperor can sometimes be hot-headed, have a temper, angry outbursts. You see this fire surrounding them. So maybe you're trying to break those, those verbal outbursts, that unfiltered, when you just say things without thinking, that reacting in that hot, fiery, reactive manner, right? Not trying to point fingers, find fault. The punishment, it's not abusive in any way. It could be, but I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like this is breaking this barrier with your own children or your inner child. Maybe that's how your father or how you were raised, right? Those generational patterns. I feel like there's a real having the strength to break this hot and cold, this outburst energy and this soft energy. It's being in control and being the leader and being respected, but doing it in a different way. I know this is a love reading, and maybe, like I said, it's within a relationship. Maybe within a relationship, instead of being non-committal and the player and cheating, or let's go another route with relationship, being the controlling one, the dominant one, having angry outbursts, whatever it is, whether it's parenting or relationship. I feel like there's this strong sense of breaking habits, of censoring yourself, trying to be more vulnerable, patient, 2 steps forward. Sure, you might have the angry outburst once in a while. You might say something you didn't mean, but it's acknowledging it, accepting that, maybe apologizing, or knowing to make that change, taking the time and processing it to learn from it. I feel like there's this, because this is a very fixed, stubborn energy with boundless energy. So someone's learning to slow down, do things in moderation, be more, take joy in the simple pleasures and delighted in the simple things in life, rather than I always need to go buy this, I need to go here, I've got to do something big, it's got to be. There's a lot of moderation, a balance here in this hot and cold, high and low energy. It's on and off. And then look what comes out, 2 of Cups. It's either affecting, so 2 of Cups is love, relationship, romance, partnership, marriage, and engagement. And we have rings over here, which had meant that first card out was rings, which is getting engaged, your committed partner, this inner connection. I feel like there's been a lot of obstacles and challenges within a relationship. a partnership, a marriage, a long-term committed partnership. I feel like the relationship has been challenged due to children. Possibly from just all this time spent at home and trying to balance that, and if you've spent, spending all day, every day, constantly together, it could have gotten a little bit tireless, or I just feel this hot and cold energy. It could have just been getting sick of each other. Seven of Wands in particular is just obstacles, challenges, struggles. It's sort of not sort of. It can be competition, self-defense energy. If you're not being heard, if you're not being felt like you've been being heard. Like I said earlier, no one's listening to you. You're in that, I feel like this is what that is. It's like you feel like everything's coming at you, the challenges and the obstacles. It's like all this running nowhere fast. The Wands energy is fire energy. It's about action and excitement, and but this is resistance and struggle and challenges, and I feel like it's from your surrounding, either this partner that you've been spending all this time with, that you've just maybe you're kind of getting tired of all this extra time. You guys haven't been getting along. You guys have not been on the same page, or it's, I really strongly feel like there could be, like I said, children involved, that they're not responding the way you're wanting. They're not listening. A lot of talk and no action. Which creates struggles and challenges for you, because you're trying to be a leader, a good role model, and be responsible and do the right thing. But if no one is taking part in, it's like they're not being part of the team, but they say they are, but they're not. It's become tireless. You need to demand, not you need to, I feel like there's going to be a demanding of attention and assertiveness, this Emperor energy. And it's like, I feel like the reason that sometimes this Emperor can say things unfiltered is like, yes, they're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to be a leader and responsible and a good parent or whatever they're doing. But those occasional outbursts or unfiltered words, or it's because that they just, it's like the parent, I like to give examples, as you can see. It's like the kid that says, well, why do you always yell, Mom? Well, the mom doesn't always yell. The mom only yells after they've told you to put your shoes on for 15 times or for the last 20 minutes, right? Then they yell and they wonder, well, why we're yelling? Well, because we've told you to do something 10 million times. It's like, that's the feeling that I'm getting here. It's like, yeah, I just yelled at my whoever. I just said something I shouldn't have said. It's like that. That's what I'm feeling, like saying verbally something that shouldn't have been said, or done something that shouldn't have, slamming the door, or skidding out of the driveway, or I'm thinking of all these, I almost want to say passive aggressive, because you don't want to cause altercation or an argument, so you might have this, be triggered occasionally and have these outbursts, but the outbursts are because you're not feeling seen or heard, no one's listening. It's that you feel paralyzed, you're like stuck. I keep having the same conversation over and over, but there's the outcome, the results aren't changing, right? I keep having the same conversation with so-and-so, but they're clearly not getting it because their behavior, their actions aren't changing. And it could be causing a lot of stress on your relationship, or it could be with your partner. Because you see, the look on the woman's face, it's like they're clinking glasses, like they're celebrating, like, let's have this conversation, let's talk. And it's like he's saying something, and it's like she's very taken aback by it. And you see the energy here between the two. I feel that's that balance here. It's like, let's try to balance this out. Let's try to work on this. And one of you is, the other person, I'm guessing, is not getting it. They're not understanding, which is creating those challenges, that blockage, the barrier, it's okay. So it's time to regroup. It's time to really connect with this partner, your soulmate, your person, and somehow try to get them to see things your way, or to really hear what you're saying. Or it's time to sit down with children and really demand the attention for them to understand that you want to see changed behavior, right? Okay, Aquarius, we're going to leave it at that. I kind of went off from what I was expecting your reading to be, so let me know in the comments. I'm guessing this had to have been for someone out there, and it was important for someone to hear, hopefully more than just a singular person, singular Aquarius. So let me know in the comments. Also, I'm going to remind you, because I just remembered, let me know your birthday if you want a single card pull, and then watch for that reply on your comment. And then please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you a part of my community. And Aquarius, thank you all for being here.